Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just looking up the thing. I did start recording, but I wasn't technically, I suppose, ready. All right. Here we are.
That's it. We're here.
We're here. It's the Gallifrey Gals.
And
we're getting warped. In an old school kind of way.
Oh, the original kind of way.
TOS?
Yeah, you did it. That's right.
Yes.
Boom, baby.
We're watching an original series episode voted on by our patrons.
Yes.
Since we are as a little palate cleanser between seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah, palate cleanser, whatever. Or a cliffhanger, whatever. Whatever. Can't believe they ended the season with Guinan stuff. I just didn't expect that.
We don't even know what's gonna...
No fucking idea. I just can't believe that's what anyways.
Guinan, Data's head, everyone else going back in time.
I forgot about the head.
A snake thing.
Oh, yeah. Anyways. That's not what I get to learn about today, but that's okay because I'm excited to watch what I know the title is called Space Seed.
Space Seed.
Yeah.
Again, by our patrons.
So if you want to be a part of cool stuff like that, be sure to check out patreon.com/Gallifrey.
Yeah, if you're like, why are they watching that? You could have had your voice heard. You got to be a Patreon person. This is season 1 of original series. Now, I'll be honest, the wiki says episode 24, but the episode I have is labeled 22. So I'll tell you what, I don't know. But it's late season 1.
Boom. Okay.
And I looked up a little bit about what it's about. I've never seen this, everyone, so we'll both be watching this for the first time. Mm-hmm. But I looked up a little bit what it's about.
Yeah.
And there's a character in it who I'm excited about. So we'll see what KATRINA thinks when it comes up.
I do the same thing when we watch Classic Who. Like, if I haven't seen it, I just take a peek. Like, I just glance. I'm like, well, what are we dipping our toes into?
Is there anything I should know about this?
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. We've bantered enough for y'all's time.
That's enough.
That's enough of your shenanigans, gals.
That's what they say every time one of our videos comes up.
Cutting back in. Let's watch this.
Let's watch it.
Sensor reading, Captain. Some sort of equipment functioning on that vessel.
I really thought we might have space stuff in 1990.
You know? They were hopeful. Hasn't Star Trek always been?
Yes.
I'll need somebody familiar with the late 20th century Earth. Here's a chance for that historian to do something for a change. What's her name? McGivers? You ready, Bones?
No. Signed aboard this ship to practice medicine, not to have my atoms scattered back and forth across
space.
He does not like the transporter.
He doesn't like it either.
Love to tear this baby apart.
Castle is the sleeper ship.
It's big.
Suspended animation?
Uh-huh.
Possible. They're still alive. After centuries of travel.
To be frozen and then potentially never wake up again. It's
terrifying.
What a handsome group of people.
With the possibility of waking up several hundred years later.
Yeah.
Will he be the leader?
Oh.
Lieutenant.
Jeez.
Yes, sir. The leader was often said to revive first. A man from the 20th century coming alive.
Maybe. Heartbeat dropping.
What happens if we get him out of there?
We'll die in seconds if we don't.
Better try. Yeah, he's gonna die anyway. Broke easy.
You can just see. I love it.
Lock in on Dr. McCoy's beam. He's transporting back with a casualty we discovered here.
Your Earth was on the verge of a dark ages. Whole populations were being bombed out of existence. A group of criminals could have been dealt with far more efficiently than wasting one of their most advanced spaceships.
Well, you'll live.
My compliments.
Oh, no, I'm good, but not that good. There's something inside this man that refuses to accept death.
Uh-oh, big boy's awake.
Hello, big boy. You hydrated? Oh,
He's
not
got-
hydrated enough.
He's crazy muscly for someone. I guess that's what suspended animation is. You don't atrophy.
Oh, good. We just hang our...
It's all just hung on the wall where anyone could get to any of it. It's sanitary. It's it makes sense. It's easily accessible.
Duh.
Choke me or cut my throat. Make up your mind.
Scotty.
Cool.
Or not Scotty Bones.
Be most effective if you would cut the carotid artery just under the left ear.
God, I love him.
Calling your bluff, fool.
Where is your captain? I have many questions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is your heading?
Our heading is Starbase 12, a planet in the Gamma 400 star system. Our
Is that
command
any
base
of that going to make sense to you? You've been asleep for
is that
2
of the
centuries.
Right.
Khan, nothing else.
Khan. I find myself growing fatigued, Doctor.
This Khan is not what I expected of a 20th century man.
I note he's making considerable use of our technical library.
Courteous enough to spark. He's going to spend the rest of his days in our time. It's only decent to help him catch up.
I've collected some names and made some counts.
Interesting.
By my estimate, there was some 80 or 90 of these young supermen unaccounted for when they were finally defeated.
I've been reading up on starships, but they have one luxury not mentioned in the manuals.
Beautiful women.
My name is Please sit and entertain. And why do you wear your hair in such an uncomplimentary fashion?
Oh, hush.
But it's not attractive.
Who cares?
Ew. And she's going to, like, end up being weirdly into it. Like,
Soft.
Stop
you
petting me.
did anything. You, like, took down a couple pieces from her bottom of her updo.
Fine technique.
I guess in a way, kind of like, oh, she's wearing her hair
And
down.
You've rearranged your hair for me. Such men dare take what they want.
Get out of here.
There was little else left on Earth.
There was the war to end tyranny. Many considered that a noble effort.
Tyranny, sir? Or an attempt to unify humanity?
Unify, sir?
As Rome under Caesar, think of its accomplishments.
And then it fell.
This is not how it works.
Then your sympathies were with...
You are an excellent tactician, Captain. You let your second-in-command attack while you sit and watch for weakness. We offered the world order. We...
Oh.
Everyone's like,
Spock said,
I don't like
I
him.
wanted to apologize.
For
I
what?
had no right to treat you that way.
It's
Oh,
like,
boy.
Understandable.
not to compare him to the
Something
perfect
of a
mate, but it's
It's
kind of like
been
that
making me
thing
think of that. Yes.
where he's like
Yes.
exuding this.
I only meant
This grows tiresome. You must now ask to stay.
Or you could just leave.
to stay.
Ew, I hate this.
You won't harm anyone.
Now you question me.
No.
Will you assist me?
Oh, please, God, don't ask me.
Leave me then.
Do anything you ask.
Wow, this is like straight up watching
This is
like an abusive
literal-
relationship. Like this is straight up how it is. Like you get like brainwashed almost in those situations. That's straight up what I think like that
Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name?
Yes.
Lost in thought.
You fucking narcissistic asshole.
My door. Locked from outside, a guard posted.
First, the purpose of your star flight.
Mm-hmm.
A new life, a chance to build a world. Yes, it appears we will do well in your century, Captain.
Ew.
Do you have any other questions?
I They've all been answered.
That's some like
It's like he's doing like yoga.
it's like I can't remember what it's called, but like it's very like breathwork and bop. Ah, MacGyver.
Khan's escaped.
Security alert.
Security here. Khan's escaped.
This would have happened if Worf was here.
No way.
Useless. They're on override or engineering.
But you can't get down there.
Engineering.
The bridge. Captain!
Oh.
What's going on down there?
Your ship is mine. I have shut off the life support system to your bridge. Refuse and every person on the bridge will suffocate.
Well,
Only moments of air left on the bridge now.
oh my gosh.
I take.
That looked like that might have hurt his knee.
Yeah. I need your training to operate a vessel this complex.
Where is Captain Kirk?
I see now I made one serious error.
No!
I'm sure you recognize your medical decompression chamber here, Doctor.
Uh-oh.
And the meaning of that indicator.
That must be where Kirk is.
Oh, fuck.
Oof, what a thing to have happen to you. Jeez.
If you join me, Mr. Spock, I will save his life.
Illogical.
My vessel was useless. I need you and yours to
Captain
select
Kirk wouldn't want him
only
to.
planet
Yeah,
with a
I'd be like-
population willing to be led by us.
They all love their captain, but none of them.
Useless!
Yeah, they're not gonna.
It'd
They're
be
not
the
gonna
same
do
thing
it.
with Captain Picard.
We've lost the channel.
Uh-oh, lost the channel.
The captain is dead.
She's ready to swing back.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's
Aha! Knocked
Nicely
out with a
done.
hypo spray, I guess, or something like a hypo spray. Yeah. What are you gonna do when the other people come in, though? Oh yeah.
Captain, I saved your life. Now please don't kill him.
I'm blowing it clear first.
Ah!
Corners. Corners.
Yeah, don't run in with the gun out in front of you.
Corners!
Like, come on. Oh dear. Oh my.
Yeah, look at how strong I am.
Oh, that by prop. Oh my. Alright, I guess we all go down. Ah! Ah! This episode got exciting and intense. I wish it hadn't been so creepy in the beginning.
Yeah, not a fan of the first half. Yeah, and he's keeping up with you pretty well, so...
Oh no, what is he doing? He's put something out. Oh! Get him! Get him! Whack him!
He's ready.
Planet number 5 there is habitable, although a bit savage, somewhat inhospitable.
But no more than Australia's Botany Bay colony
Yeah.
was at the beginning. Given a choice of court-martial or accompanying them there,
Oh.
And I've got you something else I wanted.
Stupid!
World to win, an empire to build.
Alright, listen. There were parts of that episode that I enjoyed. I mean, the reason why we hold the votes is so patrons can vote on what they want. I'm so surprised that this is one
I
that
don't
was
understand why this
high.
was chosen, frankly. Patrons, let us know. What was it about this episode that y'all really wanted us to see?
I would like to know. I really would like to know. And I say that in a very genuine, like, I'm very curious what your headspace
Yeah.
was, or like what perspective you were coming from that you really wanted us to see about
Well,
this.
at first, because when I read Con Noonien sing, I mistook it in my brain for Noonyon Song, which is very similar but different.
Very similar.
It is apparently vague in the canon whether or not they are actually connected in any way. But so at first I was like, oh, this has to do with like data, sort of. So that's why they've chosen it. And even as it went on, I was like, this is going to come out. This is going to be a thing. This is why. And then I realized, no,
not quite.
That's not who it is. So I don't.
Yeah, there were parts of like towards the end that like, yeah, it was really exciting and there were some really exciting things.
Yeah, it was intense. It was exciting, the conflict, but
again, just an interesting choice when there's definitely things about like that was not
it was
not
sexist
enjoyable.
As fuck. I'm sorry.
It was.
That was sexist.
It was
just everything about. I don't care if you don't like it. That I don't understand.
There were so many pockets and corners of that were just so not appropriate in so many ways.
Like, why did she go with him? Now, again, this was not a healthy balance, and I don't know how the show was really trying to portray it, but like, that is what it's like when you're in an abusive relationship, as people who've been in them.
Truly.
You do become almost like brainwashed, where even when you're like, well, this hurts, but I need to stay here for some reason, you become convinced that you need to be around the person.
Or they spend years convincing you that you are not worth more than that.
And maybe she did feel that way because, like, it's not like Captain Kirk treated her with any kind of respect. At the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that was not fun to watch those portions of it.
That was not
deeply uncomfortable.
That was not a fun scene in the room with that. Again, because it's like, for me, it just comes from a place of I fucking have lived that. Yeah. Like, I've lived that scene almost.
It's like, I want you to stay. And you're like, well, hold on. And they're like, fine, then go. And you're like, well, now I don't want you to stay. You better ask to stay. And you're like, oh, okay, well, please, can I stay? And it's like, I have also experienced that.
Yeah.
It's not, that kind of manipulation is not cool. And I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm very curious.
And I just didn't like that they had her choose to go with him at the end, which also I then get to the point of I disagree with Captain Kirk's choice at the end. He literally was just like, all charges dropped for you, homie. Like, I'm just going to drop you off on this hellish planet. But then looks at her and is like,
you can go with them.
Or court-martialed because this is... That seems like such a...
when she's honestly the victim here.
Because at least that's how they portrayed it in the beginning, but then making her... I don't know. It was so confusing because they tried to make it... Like, they talked about details of this person, Khan, that he exudes something that makes people be pulled into him. Therefore, she was pulled in by him because she was already in a vulnerable state. She was already interested because she is a historian. This is a man of the past, blah, 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 blah. So very easily manipulated, but there's another word I'm looking for, influenced. So then why is that her fault at the end? And why are her only two options is to either be court-martialed or sent to Hellish Island with the abuser that pulled her in?
Yeah.
I hate that ending.
It's because it's 1967 and as
I know
there's
context, there's time, there's all of these things, but can you guys understand how insane that is? Like, that was a way of thinking. Like, that was like,
it's messed up.
You know, that's not like great female representation in a show. Like, that's not, you know. Yeah. And maybe you guys chose this episode because it would spark a hell of a conversation. And if that's the reason, then like, damn, hella respect. Because like, I know sometimes these conversations are not fun for some people who watch our stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a sexist episode.
Yeah, not into it. I'll be honest, not into it. But let's talk a little bit about Ricardo Montalban, who is hugely famous in classic Hollywood. I'm realizing. Love. So he was best known as Mr. Rourke from the television series Fantasy Island.
Oh, okay.
And he made his career playing like that stereotypical Latin lover, which you can see happening in here. He has, of course, a Hollywood star. And if the Montalban Theater, which is in Hollywood, if that rings a bell, you drive by, is named after him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's very cool. He did a wonderful job. Like
Screen Actors Guild has given him a Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah,
listen,
so he's like, but
while I may not have liked the depiction or may not have enjoyed the writing of that scene, I mean, he acted it very well.
Oh yeah,
you know, like it.
Oh yeah,
did not like his character. That's very interesting. You know, and then of course, like today's lens, we get into the conversation of like, it's unfortunate they couldn't cast an actual Indian actor for that role. You know, it was, you know, a person of color, like I get, sure, granted, you know, but still, it's just like taking that like stereotypical, like, oh, well, your skin's colored, so we're just gonna slap you in here. Like, it's just,
you can be any non-white person. It's like, okay.
You know, like representation, all that. Again, we understand this is a filter of today's eyes, like, but can't not acknowledge it. We just have to.
But to have media literacy, we need to be able to.
I gotta voice it.
Consider all these things.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. An interesting original series.
And an interesting choice. I love Bones. I always love Bones. No matter what. I fucking loved that scene with him and the knife, the scalpel.
Yes.
I loved that scene. That was so
it's like,
good.
I'm gonna suggest you cut me here, because
I love in the beginning when he's like choke me or stab me, pick one, which is it gonna be? And it's just like he's like, oh well, and he's like, go up a little bit underneath the ear. It's just like, oh, you spicy man. That's so good. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole thing. It was pretty good. But I also love
it was fun to watch the fight scene.
Oh, fight scene was great. That was very well choreographed. That was like, they did a great job with that. So yeah, fun parts of the episode for sure. Overall, meh.
Overall, not my favorite thing I've ever watched.
No.
Well,
that's okay.
Here we are.
So,
Gals, we got warped.
Yeah, we did. And if you want to catch the full-length reaction of that, please go on over to our Patreon and also help financially support the channel, which makes all of this possible. And be a part of our patrons who like to vote on spicy things for us to watch. I love it. This is all, you know, like this, we're doing it for you. This is what you wanted. Now we're here.
You asked for this.
You asked for this. Okay. I'm gonna have to ask you for permission to stay. You can ask to stay.
Like,
just kidding. We love you. And if you can't support us on Patreon, that's totally okay. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with your other nerdy friends. I just saw a comment on one of our latest YouTube videos. It was in all caps and it said, I just stumbled across two cute girls watching Star Trek. YouTube algorithm finally did something good. Like it was something along those lines. I was cracking up at it. It really made me smile. So be sure to share with your nerdy friends. And, you know, I think we're watching maybe one more of these before we jump back into Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, y'all.
All right. Well, catch your Gallifrey gals next time as we boldly watch what KATRINA has never watched before. Has never, you know what I mean.
Never. Yeah, whatever. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a little thumbs up, and if you want to be notified when we post new content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell in the corner.